Hi everyone, this is Mr. Seymour, and this is your introduction to Government 2306 for Week 5, Texas State and Local Government. This week we will be discussing the topic of political parties in Texas. In particular, we will be looking at the growth and development of political parties in Texas history, the role that political parties play in both the formal and the informal structures of state and local government, as well as the influence that political parties have in our ideology and decision-making as citizens. We will look at the formal and informal structures of political parties and the important role that political parties play in influencing the overall political structure of the state of Texas. Of course, our discussion would not be complete without acknowledging the overarching influence of the Republican Party and of conservative politics in Texas in defining and controlling our political system. We will also be looking at the influence, if any, that third parties have had in Texas politics, and will be paying particular attention to the rise and influence of the modern Tea Party in Texas. Lastly, we will be looking at the present state of party politics in Texas, with particular attention given to party unity and disunity, the rise of the partisan political ideology in urban and rural areas across the state, and the influence of African Americans and Latinos on the political party process in Texas. As far as assignments this week, you have three major tasks. First, you have discussion question number 5 to complete, which deals with the growth and influence of the Tea Party in Texas, and asks the question, should the Tea Party in Texas launch itself as a third party, or should they try to continue to reshape it to fit into the Republican Party? Next, you have position paper number 2 on the topic of Texas versus the federal government and federalism. The specific discussion question that you are asked to take a position on is, who should prevail when disagreements arise between the federal government and the state? What does the data tell us about the state's ability to successfully sue the federal government as a means of limiting its impact on state-level policy and legislation? Please be sure that you have read the packet provided and that you use the position paper assignment form to make sure that your document follows the prescribed format. Lastly, and most importantly, you have your first reading quiz this week, which covers chapters 1 to 4 of your textbook. You may use your textbook and your notes to complete this assessment. You may take the assessment 2 times, and the highest of the 2 scores will be given to you. The only major opportunities that I usually give for extra credit are offered during the quizzes, which have 2 essay questions. One of these will be marked as required and must be answered. The second essay question is for extra credit, and I strongly encourage you to attempt that extra credit essay, as I do give partial credit for incorrect answers as long as you make an honest attempt at it. All of this week's work is due by 11:59 p.m. on Friday evening, but as always, I will allow for late work on an individual basis. If you have specific questions or concerns over this week's topic or assignments, please let me know as early as possible. Also, if for some reason anything is not available to you on Blackboard, please let me know early in the week so that I can fix Blackboard in order to make sure that you have all of the opportunities that you need to complete your work. And have a really wonderful week.